The last item on the order paper is a subject for discussion in the name of Honorable Ngwezi on South Africa's deepening water crisis, challenges and solutions for water-scarce country. Honorable Ngwezi, you may open the debate.
Thank you very much, Honorable House Chairperson. Honorable members, in 1994, only 59% of the population had access to clean and safe drinking water. 21 years later, in 2015, the country had progressed to a position where only 3.64 million South Africans did not have access to water. Today, that figure stands at approximately 3 million South Africans still without access to basic clean water. Although this decrease in the amount of citizens without access to water is laudable for this government, there remain considerable challenges not only in respect of delivering such services to many remote rural areas and informal settlement, but additionally and just as critically the challenge of ensuring that there is sufficient natural clean water supply for our current and steadily increasing population now and into the perpetuity, which is compounded by the fact that South Africa is already a water-scarce country. The water challenge South Africa faces today as a nation is a composite one that is compounded upon by both micro-domestic and macro-international factors. The domestic factors falling with the ambits of the past legacy of exclusion under apartheid and resource allocation, as well as current mismanagement by the current government of water infrastructure, centralism of power, and lack of cooperative governance, particularly in respect of water resource management, lack of required skills, and overarching endemic corruption in our public services. Added to this are other significant issues, such as a steadily growing population, which will require totally different approaches to food production, of which clean water is an essential component. Macro challenges in the main are centered around the ever-increasing threat of global climate change, the deleterious effects of which already challenge South Africa's water supply, as the nation is situated within a geo-region scientifically proven to be increasingly more prone to drought and aridity if climate change is not addressed globally, and the increase in global mean temperatures are not limited to 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, whilst aiming more ambitiously at only 1.5 degrees Celsius rise. Although South Africa has adequate legislation in place, it fails as regards to implementation and pragmatic actions required in order to fully realize and protect the rights as enshrined in the Constitution. The country must therefore take immediate steps to ensure the protection, sustainable use, and continuity of its water supply now and into the perpetuity of its current and future generations.
Honourable Member, your time has expired.
As we contribute as members in this debate,
Honourable Member, your time has expired.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is the Honourable Singh.
Thank you, Honourable Chairperson. Let me first say that I have to agree with everything Honourable Ngwenya has said and the member of the DA. It's not about the lack of rain that causes drought and the fact that our people don't have water. It's mismanagement of the scarce resource by this government. Yes, Honourable Nseka, more people have water now than 1994. But let us not use that as a benchmark. Everybody in our country would have had proper, clear drinking water if the water resources were managed properly. Go to Bushbuck Ridge. Human beings are still drinking water from where animals share that water. So how can we gloat? We can say we've made progress, but we are far from achieving the goal that was set that everybody should have clean drinking potable water. But having said that, Honourable Chairperson, let me extend the heartfelt condolences of the Inkatha Freedom Party to the families of those who lost their lives when the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands was ravaged by a severe storm and tornado late yesterday afternoon. And we wish those that have been injured a speedy recovery. This is yet another example of the changing climate patterns caused principally by global warming. And Honorable Chairperson, experts say that the number of tornadoes in South Africa is likely to increase as thunderstorms grow more severe. As temperatures rise with global warming, so do levels of evaporation and the number of thunderstorms. So we must focus on solutions. The Honorable Ngwezi brought a motion here about the drought and the solutions. So what are the solutions? We have catchment areas that are not being utilized. Water is not, Honorable Minister, we have areas in every province, we have areas where there is abundant water. The water is just going to waste. And where we have water, you have poor infrastructure, unmaintained infrastructure. Most of the water is going to waste because of poor maintenance of infrastructure. Don't laugh about it, Honorable Deputy Minister. You must come to areas where we go, because we also visit areas where people don't have water to drink, not a drop to drink. This is a serious matter. There is corruption in the Department of Water Affairs. There is corruption, which other honorable members have referred to. There is corruption in some areas, allegedly Ugu District Municipality, where technicians are sabotaging some of the water supplies so that truck owners can come there and supply water to people, because councillors have interest in these trucks. Now, what are we going to do about that? Honorable Minister, there is plenty of water in South Africa, but we need to plan, we need to conserve, we need to mitigate and adapt in order to ensure our water resource resilience is now and into the future. Let's take Jozini Dam. We have a case of water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Millions of liters of water in the Jozini Dam, but people living around that in Mkhanyaguda district, you're going to lose that district the next time in elections because people don't have water to drink. There's water there, but there is no ability to ensure that that water is piped to the people in the area. That municipality is devoid of any technical ability to get water to the people. So let us not come here and wax lyrical about the fact that, so many people have had water since 1994. We applaud that. But more can be done, more should be done, and that more should be done by the Department of whatever you call it now, Human Settlements and whatever. In fact, we should have a Department of Water Affairs, because water is life and needs to be treated as a priority. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. The next speaker is the Honourable Ngwezi. Order, Honourable Member.
Thank you very much, Honorable House Chairperson. And thanks to members who actually contributed to this debate. Honorable Mashiko, if you say we must not politicize issues of water, you must tell the ANCs to stop talking about this issue like they're still campaigning for elections. They must talk like people who are in government, not people who are still campaigning. You talk like it is still before 2019. You must tell us the plans that you are going to implement about issues of water, not to score cheap political points about this matter. Honorable Chair, today's debate, if I can remind members, was about issues of water crisis in this country. And I am very disappointed that the Deputy Minister spends 5 minutes debating about the issue that we debated about yesterday, the issue of sport. You can see then as the country how little and how little the lip service the government is paying, because they are spending little bit of time talking about sport rather than talking about issues of water that is affecting this country. Honorable Chair, Honorable Deputy Minister, because in our informal discussion yesterday, you told me that you are on the ground and you cite the issue of Jozini, for example. Thank you very much as government for having put a budget of 230 million rand to actually assist in the reticulation process in that area. But please monitor that budget, because just five years ago, in that district, money was stolen and bought pipes there that were supposed to assist to deliver water. And those pipes are still seated there in Ward 5 in Jozini. And please, by the way, ask your comrades, they will show you those pipes. And no one has ever been arrested for that corruptive practices. Honorable Chair and Honorable Deputy Minister, let me tell you the reality. When you go back to Mkhanyakude, just go to Ward 12 in Umhlabuyalingana. There is no water there. Nothing. If you go back to Zululand, for example, like you said, you spoke with the mayor, just go to Edumbe, Engoche, Vryheid, and many areas, there is no water. Just go to Tugela, there is no water. And in fact, Honorable Deputy Minister, if you don't attend to the issue of Mkomazi River, Durban will soon collapse because that river is in crisis. So it needs urgent attention, Honorable Deputy Minister. Honorable Ntsege, my colleague, I never said that the ANC-led government has done nothing since it took over in 1994. All I said is that it spends so much time in planning rather than implementation. And it is funny, Honorable Deputy Minister, that the ANC borrows most of its ideas from the Chinese government, which is their sister party. But let me tell you why the Chinese have been successful. They plan and implement on time and according to budget. They take serious consequences for people who have failed to assist in the implementation. In this country, if somebody has failed to implement, it's just business as usual, and money has been lost. Honorable Singh, and all the members from this side, thank you very much. As I indicated earlier on when I started this time, I said, you know, when people have won elections, they must not debate issues here like they are still canvassing for votes. You actually spoke like government, because this side, all they think about when you talk about issues like this of national importance, they think you want to steal votes from the people. They don't understand that these issues are affecting our people. And I think, Honorable Chair, and I think the only reason why they speak like that, they try and, you know, speak very shallow about issues of water, is because maybe when we are seated here in the tables, we've got water here. There are people at homes, various homes, who doesn't have water to drink or even to bath. Their cattle is dying all over the country. And you come here, you speak very shallow about these issues. So next time, you must learn to speak like government. Thank you very much.
Order.